last night. I was up all night just dreaming of this, envisioning this category starting. This was anticipated to be one of the most exciting sessions, and so just on the start list, it's not disappointing. So
the fog machines are pumping, the chalk is in the air. Let's start this session.
Woojae Kim, first attempt, one of our 4 junior lifters.
Start with a miss.
Yeah, although I have to say that it doesn't need much of a correction. Very small change. He looks fast, looks explosive. From where we're sitting, we heard the contact with the body, the bar, and then his feet against the floor. So I think he just needs a small correction, and he should be fine. But here is Max Lang, Germany's Max Lang, coming out for his opening attempt. He stayed at 145.
Yeah. So. And again, technically, really one of my favorite lifters to watch when it comes to just a technique standpoint. He's done some really big lifts in the past. Is in that
156 is his best snatch on the international stage. I think it's his best snatch in any competition.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was done, of course, at the Europeans just this year in Split. A little heavy, but again, that could be just the first attempt jitters there. He's basically the Ed Sheeran of weightlifting with that beautiful haircut and beautiful technique. So I think, again, it wasn't the smoothest that I've seen him lifting, but
gets on the board with that. Yeah, gets on the board with that. Bar is nice and close, has a really nice straight pull. Right now, Korea's Woojae Kim, who I gotta say, I am thrilled to be seeing him in person, because I remember watching him. He took 2 attempts for a medal back in '04.
The 2004
big weight
Olympics,
at the Olympics, and I want to say each one in the clean and jerk, I think it was 210 that he took twice.
Yeah, born in 1982, so really a master's lifter.
Most seasoned competitor here.
Snatched as much as 155 in his career.
Look at that. Pretty good. Still got it.
Yes, he
still got it. Excellent work by Kim Kwang-hoon. Gets on the board with that 145. You know, off his marks, obviously, of his best lifts.
Well, if he takes 5 kilo jumps, 45, 50, 55, he could be close to that mark.
Well, looks like his best lifts. I'm not sure this is correct. But,
yeah, it looks like, actually, I take that back. So he's done as much as, looks like 71.
I don't know if that's correct. It might be. It might be, because that's a huge lift.
That is a huge lift.
Right now, the Uzbek lifter, Woojae Kim. Second attempt. Little misstep on that opener. Looked good, but didn't quite secure it overhead. So hopefully a couple of minutes gave him time to make the correction.
That's how you lift weights right there. Yeah. That was really nice.
So with that, he gets on the board, makes a correction, and hopefully got a few more kilos in it. But just look at how, I don't know that the bar drops at all. He lifts it to where he needs it, and then right under that weight.
Now it looks like Harrison Morris has decided to jump his opening attempt from 145 to 148 right now. So things must be going well. And of course, we've seen him do really big weights in training, as much as 150 for a double. So it's going to be very, very exciting to see what he can do today. So right now, the Spaniard, Andres Casiento, Cocido, excuse me, is coming out for his opening attempt at 148. So this will be the same weight for both him and Harrison Morris in their opening attempts. And it looks like we've got a change.
Lifter.
Yeah.
Cocido coming in.
Oh, yes, yes, of course.
Andres Cocido, 148 kilos. Another junior lifter. Cocido's done as much as 156 in international competition. The Olympic Games last year, he did 155. Looked a little heavy.
Did look a little heavy. He's got that those pretty long arms, so a pretty wide grip there. Fortunately, he won't be following himself unless Harrison decides to move up. But the crowd's going wild, so I think they're anticipating that Harrison's going to come out for this. And that Harrison has a huge contingency of fans wearing Harrison Morris T-shirts, waving American flags.
Yeah. Sitting commentating at the booth right now. We are big Harrison Morris fans. He is an exceptional lifter. Obviously, 77-kilo class was our class.
That's right.
And so it's near and dear to our hearts. And to see an athlete his age, his talent, doing the weights he's doing, very exciting.
Harrison Morris just moved up to 150, which puts pressure back on Cocido. So he's got to come out without the luxury of a full 2 minutes to come out and do this.
In the snatch, that's okay, though. In the snatch, you know, you don't waste quite as much energy as in the clean and jerk. So I think he can make the correction. Did look a little heavy on his opener.
Yeah. And again, a lifter who's done as much as 156. And that was back last year, back in Colombia. Much better, yeah. And he finished in 6th place at the Olympics last year also. So pretty good showing there.
Yeah, a 346 total, it looks like. 2 out of 3 on the snatch. And actually there at the Olympic Games also missed his opener. So comes back here, makes a correction. This brings up now Germany's Max Lang.
So he decided to take a 4-kilo bump from that opener at 145.
Yeah, he's a little bit off from his best. I know I've heard the training wasn't quite as they had hoped coming into this competition, so we're not going to see him attempting his best on the international stage, but I imagine he wants to try to stay within range of some of these other athletes. So maybe ultimately shooting for 151, 152.
Needs to hold. Wow. Yeah. So that was drifting backwards just a little bit. He's pretty happy that he's able to pull that back in and stand up with it.
That was nice. Very nice. Very patient in that bottom position. Let's take another look at this. Yeah, it's a little bit off. Like you said, it's drifting backwards.
Stabilizes.
Excellent work, Max Lang. That's huge. He's 2 for 2 right now.
And again, that's just a great example of relying on your technique.
Yeah.
You be disciplined and follow through the positions, and the weights will be there.
Right now, Thailand's Woojae Kim coming out for his opening attempt. Best result in the snatch for Lopsi, 158. Back at the World Championships in Houston.
Huge.
2015.
So a little off that mark here, but again, starting at 150. We could see him end up at or above that level.
In Houston, he also opened 150. Earlier this year in Turkmenistan, did 151.
Oh, So it looks like he was expecting that elbow to just stay locked out, and he kept holding on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so fortunately he's got there's 3 other competitors, one including including Harrison Morris, who's going to be opening with this 150. So he'll have at least 4 or 5 minutes between now and his next attempt.
Right now, Andres Mata is the athlete coming out for that 150. Very deep competition history for Mata.
He finished in 7th place in Rio last year at the Olympics with a 153 snatch, which was actually his best of all time on the big stage. Pretty wide grip here in the snatch for a 77-kilogram lifter. Yeah, pretty routine lift.
Yeah, good. Gets on the board with that. 150 is about as heavy as he's ever opened in the snatch. Looks like in Spain back in 2013 he opened that heavy, but otherwise the heaviest we've seen him open in many years. So he came in shape and ready to lift.
And not only did he open pretty heavy, but he's making it look light.
Yeah, it looks great.
There's a lot of potential there.
Right now, Colombia's Rodriguez Carvajal, 150 opening snatch. He is one of our junior lifters, born in '97. This is his last year as a junior.
And there's 3 junior competitors and, of course, 1 youth competitor, being Harrison Morris, in this session today. Oh, very nice.
The Colombians are dynamic. They move quickly, and he is no exception there.
Yeah, and we're only 2 kilos off his best mark at 152, so I think we've got some potential to see some PRs out of him today.
And that was done just earlier this year in Tokyo at the Junior World Championships. And if you're listening, you can perhaps hear the crowd going wild for young Harrison Morris.
He looks like he's in shape, I tell you what.
There is a big contingent of his fans. Had the pleasure of speaking with him and his family yesterday. Really wonderful people and really a great young man.
Absolutely. Opening attempt, 150 on the bar. And this is the heaviest he's ever opened in his career.
Come on, Harrison.
His training recently has been going very well.
Sharp.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Nicely done.
Smooth lifting there. Unbelievable.
Just a kind of easy, everyday day at the office lift. Shows up, does a little 150 casually. All right.
And what I like is he doesn't get overexcited. I mean, that's one of the tricks to success here is not riding the lows too low and not riding the highs too high. So, boy, what a great start. I am feeling real good right now.
Yeah, he looks great. Let's hope he can keep up that lifting. Right now, Germany's Nico Mueller coming out. His opening attempt, same weight, 150 kilos.
Mueller. Born in 1993. Boy, almost a power snatch range there. So it could just be a timing issue.
Yeah, I think just maybe cut the pull a tiny bit. It's left it out front a little bit. Try to get under too soon, maybe. We'll see if we can see anything.
His teammate Max Lang is still listed as 150, but I would be very surprised if he didn't bump that up to at least 151 or 152. So Korea's Kwang-Hoon Kim coming out for his second attempt at 150.
Yeah. Now his best snatch is 162, I believe.
Okay.
He's generally an athlete who's a little stronger in the clean and jerk. unfortunately, not on that attempt. He will have one more to improve on that.
All smiles, though.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's still lifting. He's been lifting at the international level since 2001, back at the World Championships. So I'd be happy too. 16 years at the world level.
2001. That was a long time ago. Harrison Morris was probably not even crawling.
No. So that gives you an idea of the range of athletes we're seeing here.
Unbelievable.
Nico Mueller is the lifter now. His second attempt at 150. Mueller's best at the international level is 153. He's operating close to that. He is a consistent athlete. If you look at his competition history, this is the first time he has missed an opening snatch attempt.
Yeah, very, very odd for him.
And if you look at his snatch history, it's rare for him to miss a snatch, period.
I'm only seeing 6 out of the maybe 25 competitions.
Yeah.
And that's much, much, much better, yeah.
So he makes the correction, comes back, gets on the board with 150.
Yeah, and we should mention, too, currently the youth world record clean and jerk is held by Harrison Morrison at 192. Now, the snatch youth world record is 160 kilos. And that 150 was pretty convincing. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to, I don't want to speculate too far here, but
well, I think priority number one for them is top 8 placement.
Yes.
And then considering what can we do to put us in good position for a podium finish.
That's absolutely correct. So
he's on the board. That's the way you want to start.
Yep.
Let's see how things play out. In the meantime, the Uzbek athlete, Uzbek athlete's moving up. It comes back to Korea's Kwanghoon Kim in that case. And we'll see if they're going to make any changes. We see the Korean continue to that hill, but nope, he is coming out.
Yeah, I think that's smart for him to come out. I don't think he needs to move up at all. That looks pretty heavy. I feel really times things right and really puts the energy in the right place. I think he can make it, but it's going to take a lot of focus here.
So it's been several years since we've seen him on the international stage. If these records are correct, it looks like it was 2012. Wow, was the last time he really competed internationally.
Wow. Well, he did exactly what I was hoping.
Excellent work, and that is really nice. He must be happy about that. And again, consider this is an athlete 35 years old by IWF standards.
Unbelievable. Now, I don't know what the Masters records are, but I can't imagine it being higher than that.
Still in fantastic shape, still enjoying himself. Looks happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're happy to have him here.
Yeah. Right now, Pornchai Lobsi of Thailand coming out for his second attempt, 151. Decided to take that 1 kilo jump to buy. He bought himself a heck of a lot of time, actually. Probably about 10 minutes.
He's done a little more than this in the past. He's done 158.
Oh, he missed it really in the same fashion.
Same exact way. So unfortunately, he's in that do or die position at this point. Needs to make a snatch if he wants a total.
He is. He's got only one other competitor. So Harrison Morris is listed at 151 on his second attempt, but that's not going to happen.
They're moving up, of course, and they just did. They put in the change.
So now that puts a ton of pressure back on Lobsi of Thailand, because that's going to... No,
nope,
so
Max Lang is
going to take 151. I thought he was going to move up. I really did.
No, I think that 49, he was operating at the limit, and this 51, again, he's done more in the past, but he is not quite in that shape right now.
Yep, just put a 1 kilo cookie on each side and do the same thing. 5 kilos off of his best here.
Too
much, yeah.
That looked a little heavy.
And like you said, 149 was really pretty much a maximum effort, I think.
But he should be happy with that. He really gave the 149 a good shot and ended up with it. That 151, I think, just a little outside his capabilities today. You can see here, never quite gets the acceleration on the bar that he needs.
Yeah, it just looks heavy. Just looks heavy.
So ends up 2 for 3 on the day. Puts himself in decent position going into the clean and jerk. I don't think he's a podium contender, but
I don't think so either. He's only 1 kilo behind his teammate Mueller, who's right now listed at 151, but I can almost guarantee he will not take that.
Yep, they're putting the change in right now.
Yeah.
Number 11.
So that would bring up Woojae Kim for his 3rd and final attempt in a do or die situation. And I think he should take this. I don't think he should move up.
So here he is coming out. No doubt the support of the Thai fans, some of the most enthusiastic and supportive fans out there.
And for good reason. There's some serious medals that the Thai team's going to be taking home this week.
One of them has a drum. He's got an actual drum, I'm looking out there. Yeah.
Now that is
in addition
cool.
to all the other paraphernalia. Woojae Kim, 3rd and final attempt, needs this to stay in the competition.
Needs to hold, and he saves it.
That was great.
That was a great lift. Way to come through on the 3rd and final attempt.
There we go. There's the drum. There's that hypnotic.
Yeah, he's trying to hypnotize all the competitors.
So Lobsey stays in the competition. Take a look at this lift. That's exactly what you want to do. Made the correction, comes back, and he's got a 151 going into the clean and jerk. So right now, Erkan Cherimai's coach putting in a change.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of jockeying right now. Everybody is within just a couple kilos of each other, except the Turkmenistan and, of course, Muhammad Ihab, who are both asking for in the 160 or above.
Right now, we have the Uzbek lifter, Horab Erganov, coming out for his 3rd and final attempt. Took an enormous increase, 8 kilos. Wow. So went 145 on his opener and missed it, then made it on his 2nd attempt. And I guess they've decided to kind of stick with the original game plan, probably, which is to end up at 153, but presumably after making a 2nd lift.
I'm sure there's numbers that are calculated before they even come into the competition, and this was probably that number that they really, really wanted to get, and that they think they'll maximize their placement here. And he's done as much as 155, so it should be a weight he's capable of.
Yeah.
In his
6 seconds.
Yeah, really. There's 3. He's got to get that past his knees. So yeah,
that wasn't there.
Just not there today. He did get his 2nd attempt at 145, so he's still on the board. He's in his last year of being a junior, and this is probably the last competition, considering there's less than a month left of the year.
As a junior. Be very surprised if he squeezed something in between now and then. But you never know.
You never know. Hey, in
Turkmenistan, in Wisconsin, there's a meet in a couple of weeks. So one of my athletes, very promising, talented young woman by the name of Katie, is going to be lifting there. So maybe Horab Erganov wants to come out to Wisconsin.
Yeah, you might learn.
Squeeze one more in.
Absolutely.
Right now, the second Korean athlete, Woojae Kim, coming out for his opening attempt, 154. He, I think, is an athlete who is in the hunt for a medal.
Yeah, he is. And again, his best was done back in the 2015 Worlds here in Houston. 155, so just 1 kilo below that. Uh-oh. Wow, the fact that he stood up with that, with his elbow bent halfway, is one of the most impressive things that I have seen in a long time. I mean, basically pressing 154 kilos. Watch this right elbow.
Listen,
and he holds it. Look at this.
This is why you do your 21s. This is why you do curls. Because you never know.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So no lift, but impressive.
Yeah.
2 doctors approve. Right now, Spain's Andres Mata coming out. 4-kilo increase over his opener. Opener looked very strong.
Yeah. And this is actually 1 kilo above what he did, which was his personal best at the Olympics last year at 153. So 154 on the bar. Oh, very close. Yeah. Very close. So, fortunately, he does have some time, as there's a couple of other competitors asking for the same weight, one of which is Harrison Morris, which should be the next lifter unless he decides to move up.
Let's see what's happening. Here's the replay. Not a bad attempt, just not quite
close.
There.
Yeah.
Morris, clock is running on him.
We don't see him there.
We don't see him.
Oh, Morris has moved up to 155.
All right, very exciting. We should note that the American record, senior American record in the snatch, 157, and it is an old record.
Very old record.
Oscar Chaplin, the third. Phenomenal lifter, amazing athlete, but that record is, it might be as old as Harrison, actually.
I think it is. And that's one of those records that we've always looked at each other and said, that's going to be,
that's going to hold.
Hold for centuries.
Exactly. But, you can carve that in stone somewhere.
Right.
And then Harrison came along.
Yep. Right now, Woojae Kim coming out for his second attempt after missing 154, taking the same weight, again with a pretty amazing feat of strength, holding the weight and standing up with it with an elbow half bend.
That's
much better.
There's the lift.
Much better.
All right. So he gets on the board, puts himself in nice position. He's pretty strong in the clean and jerk. He's listed at 185, although we've got a few competitors, 2 listed at 190 and then 192. But anything can happen.
Anything can happen, absolutely.
Anything can happen. As we saw, a couple athletes, if they don't make a lift, the whole field changes. Right now, these athletes need to stay in the mix.
Yeah.
Cocido of Colombia coming out for his third attempt after making 148 on his second.
Yeah, and another pretty big jump here, 6 kilos up from that successful lift at 148. Again, has done as much as 156, so within his realm. Oh, no, that's just too heavy. Yeah, that's the bottom line. So he's credited with that second attempt at 148, and then the bar's we're gonna move up to that 150. Whoa, excuse me, 154. I take that back. So
no, Nico Mueller is going up. It looks like.
Yeah, that's
the German coach.
So we're gonna go ahead and probably get the yellow plates to put on 155.
I think so. And we got one more attempt.
Yeah, Mata Perez of Spain.
Unless he wants. Nope, he's coming out.
He is.
I think that's the right move. Because I think a lot of athletes at this 155 mark, that's a dividing line. It can be a dividing line. So stay in the game as much as possible. Stay competitive.
Yeah, we had a brief conversation with Piros prior to the start of this session, and the bottom line is just making the lifts, not necessarily getting distracted by what other lifters are doing.
Make the lifts, because you don't know what's going to happen. You can't control what they do. And all it takes is 1 or 2 athletes to bomb out, and you've moved up.
Yeah. Mata Perez, final attempt, 154. He's got it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's huge for him.
Yeah, that is very big, and that's going to be an important lift going into the clean and jerk.
And that's a personal best on the international stage by a kilo.
Well done. Bueno, Andre Mata Perez.
Absolutely.
And look at this. It's not quite perfect, but it looks a little heavy, but he holds on.
Yeah.
He fights for it.
The timing of that entire lift was significantly better than that second attempt. So that's really great news. And again, he did 153 at the Olympics. So the fact that he improved upon that is really, really fantastic.
Right now, Albania's Erkan Cherimay coming out for his opening attempt. Cherimay is an athlete who is explosive.
Yes, that's an understatement. Nuclear may be a better way to describe him.
Now, he's also not the most consistent in the snatch. He's a 1 for 3, 2 for 3 on a great day athlete. Earlier this year at the European Championships in Split, this was his opening attempt, which he made, but it was the only snatch he made. Oh boy.
You know what?
He gets it. He's waiting for the down signal.
As an athlete, he did the right thing there because his feet were not aligned.
Yeah, no, he got him in line.
The center judge gave him the down signal. He shouldn't have done that, but the athlete knew to wait until the feet were aligned before putting the bar down. So excellent, excellent focus there. And watch the speed.
Look at that. So very fast. So fast that throws himself off. Decides he wants to tap dance a little with it. And then that's got to be one of the best faces in the championship.
Absolutely, by a long shot. That's great.
So again, you know, pretty often he's a 1 or 2 for 3 guy in the snatch. I hope he can come back and put a little more on that. He certainly looks strong and fast enough.
Now Roda Yegas, from Colombia, coming out for his second attempt at 155. And again, this is a junior lifter. Was very dynamic on his opener. Got under the bar very quickly.
Did get under. Let's see.
So 155. If Morris decides to stay here, that'll bring him up next. And he's coming out for this. And again, this is only 2.5 kilos under the American senior snatch record here. And this, of course, would put him in excellent position for the competition if he can be successful with this lift. And we've seen him do this in training.
He's done this in training. Very big lift. Got his coach Kevin in the back looking on, and Dimas. There's Dimas. There's Mike Catone.
Come on, bud. A bit close. Real sharp. Let's go.
He's pretty consistently 2 or 3 out of 3 in the snatch.
He's got it.
And he's got it overhead, and that is a huge lift.
155 kilos in the second attempt for Harrison Morris.
That is game-changing for him. He goes from 8th in the snatch to 3rd in the snatch so far, and really stays in striking distance of a lot of these athletes. And we should note, clean and jerk is really even more of his specialty. Look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful lift. Again, business. Just coming in, another day at the office, nailing that snatch.
Again,
coaches are very happy.
The youth world record is 160, so he's fast approaching that weight. So German's Nico Mueller coming out 155, same weight, 3rd and final attempt.
Nico Mueller is a 3 for 3 guy.
Oh no, and I think this is the first time he's ever gone only 1 for 3.
In fact, only 2 other times has he gone 2 for 3.
Wow.
That I'm seeing. No, excuse me, there have been some other times, but in general,
he's very consistent.
he is a 3 for 3 guy.
That's too bad. He looked strong enough. Something just overhead didn't look like it was settling correctly.
Yeah. Right now, we have Colombia's Rodallegas Carvajal coming out. Made 150 on his opener, missed 155 in his second, elected to move up 1 kilo to 156. Junior World Championships this year, he did 152 in the snatch, which was an international best for him. Unfortunately not. He's credited with his opener at 150, but you know, only a few kilos, and that means he's down in 8th place with that snatch. Still a couple athletes remaining.
Oh, so it's very close, but again, just so dynamic.
Yeah.
Moves well under that bar. So Harrison technically is the lifter at 156, but I can almost assure you he's going to go up. Yeah, 158. So he's listed at 158, which would break a very, very long-standing American record held by Oscar Chaplin III.
Yeah. Do we know how old that record is?
It's probably 17 years old.
It's got
the same age as
that. Yeah,
because let's take a look how old that record is. That was done back in 1999, which
so
was 1 year prior
older.
to Harrison Morris's birthday.
Fantastic. Right now, Albania's Erkan Cherimaj coming out for his second attempt, 157. So taking a small jump just to kind of stay ahead of things. And my guess is they're betting on this being a bronze medal lift.
Yeah.
Or at least keeping him competitive.
And this is actually matches, or is 1 kilo below the best he's ever done.
He's got 2 seconds. Timed out.
Oh my goodness.
Timed out.
So that, you have to be, as the athlete, you have to have that in the corner of your eye at all times. Yeah. And that's just a failure of focus, I think.
Yeah. So but he loses an attempt, doesn't make the weight.
So since he's the only one calling for this weight, everyone else is at 158 or above. He's going to follow himself. We'll get two minutes on the clock. There's no reason that he shouldn't just come right back out there and just go right after it, because he didn't expend any energy at all in the second attempt.
Technically you got to leave the stage and come back, but yeah.
And here he is. He's doing just that.
Yeah, let's hopefully he can come back and do that. Erkan Cherimaj, excuse me, coming out, third and final attempt, 157. Again, this has the potential to be a bronze medal snatch.
He currently sits in second place in the snatch with the 155.
Probably not going to let the clock run out this time.
No. So could have been something mentally, because he just didn't look prepared. He didn't have that real burn in his eyes that was ready for a big lift. So,
and again, it's pretty rare that he makes more than one snatch. It does happen. Certainly rare that he makes more than two. But I was hoping to see a little more out of him today.
Yeah.
So he's got that 155 on the board. That's good for second place position right now. Although right now we're going to see our final two competitors who we have yet to see come out, and the board is likely to change. Plus, two other competitors, including USA's own Harrison Morris, have a snatch remaining.
Yeah. And keep in mind, pretty much whenever Harrison's lifting, he's breaking youth records every time he really walks onto the platform.
In the U.S.
In the U.S., yeah.
Right now, Rejabov of Turkmenistan.
Oh, boy, he started a helicopter with the weight.
Yeah, the tornado hit, starts twisting, and no lift for him.
Yeah, so again, just a further emphasizing the fact that you just have to make your weights.
That looked pretty good. I'm not sure why it started twisting. Everything looked, especially that angle, you can see everything looked kind of all right in that position.
So he's decided to stay with this 158, but since the two other competitors are also asking for 158, are on their third attempt, it puts Rajapov still as the next lifter.
Yeah, and that's okay, though.
Yeah.
In the snatch, and he's got a 2-minute clock, plenty of time to recover.
And he's done as much as 162 that was done in Turkmenistan just this year, just a few months back. So we know he's capable.
Looks like he's not going to use much of that clock. Coach is already keeping him warm, rubbing the back, slapping the thighs, activating the muscles.
So there's 7 lifts that remain and only 4 competitors. So we still don't know which one of these 4 competitors won't get a medal.
Yeah.
It's only 1 of 4 of them.
Right now, Harrison sits in 3rd place, Cherimai in 2nd, and the heaviest. No, Cherimai has the heaviest snatch.
So the
Morris
158
second.
once again. Oh boy, that was a whole nother lift there. Very
nice,
convincing.
much better. Gets on the board with that.
So if it stands, 158 would stay on the bar, and that would bring out Woojae Kim for his final attempt.
And it's been a while since we've seen him.
Yeah. And again, remember, he started by missing 154, then coming back and making it on his second attempt.
Just holding it overhead in a double bicep pose, single bicep pose.
Maybe that's the first one was for the photos. He really wanted to have that great shot in all things gym.
He'd been doing concentration curls. He wanted to make sure people saw. Got that out of the way. Coming out right now for 158. It has been a while. That 155 was a popular weight, and there have been a lot of misses, which slowed things down.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's kept himself warm.
And again, his best in competition was done back in Houston at 155, so this is 3 kilos up on that. Huge lift here. Not enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now, as it stands, Harrison Morris will be the next lifter, and he currently sits in 4th place in the snatch. If successful with this 158, he will jump into 2nd place in the snatch.
And it will be a new American record snatch. A record as old as he is.
A 18-year-old record for the 17-year-old.
Uncle JP is saying it was set in 2000.
Oh, 2000. Okay.
So, and Uncle JP was around back then.
Yes.
I'm inclined to trust him. Let's see what he can do.
This is a huge lift. This is for American records up and down, youth, senior, junior. This is a huge lift, and this is to guarantee a medal in the snatch. 159. He went up to 159 now. Only 1 kilo off from the youth world record.
There's no doubt he is strong enough. First 2 were great. Training has been on point. You can hear
Over in
Dimas
the bar.
telling him legs.
Everyone wants to see him make this.
10 seconds.
King is a second pull up.
Big finish. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. It doesn't get any closer than that.
So close. So close.
Wow.
Whew. All right, I'm going to catch my breath.
The entire crowd was trying to push him back a little bit to get into a proper position. Watch how
Look at that.
Comes in nicely into the hip.
Just hops back a little bit, and the bar out front a tiny bit because of that hop back. Oh, doesn't get any closer, like you said.
Yeah, so currently, again, he sits in 4th place in the snatch.
Yeah.
Mohamed Ehab's coming out for 160, and which will, if he makes this lift, will push him back into 5th place.
Ehab, one of the most dynamic and exciting athletes to watch.
And watch the extension that he gets during this lift.
Intensity.
Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it looks, oh my goodness. I'm just blown away by how he moves around the bar.
Really?
And he's a guy who's done, 165, I think, is probably right around his best.
Wow.
And he's in shape for that and maybe more.
Yeah, on the international stage, his best is 165. I don't know that I've seen more than that in training either. So I think he's operating right at his best. Now, from what we are hearing, I think that Kaptari out of Romania is in position to get a medal in the snatch. Kaptari did not. Kaptari's got bronze. Yes, okay. Kaptari has the bronze in the snatch. Did not complete a clean and jerk.
Yeah.
So not in the medal for a total. But, we talked yesterday that he should have been a guy from the B group who was maybe on the podium. But because he didn't clean and jerk, can be on the podium in the snatch, not in the total.
Yeah.
Right now, Turkmenistan's Rejapov, third and final attempt, 161.
And this will slide him right into first place, if successful. Oh, no.
If he had just sat for a moment.
Just a little bit more
patience. That ball was in the right position. Kind of rushed out.
So close. So we've got our final standings. Muhammad Ihab, gold medal in the snatch, silver medal to the lifter you just saw, Rejapov, and the bronze to Kaptari from Romania.
Look at this.
Out of the B
Ihab
session.
coming right out.
165 on the bar. So this matches his personal best in international competition as a 77-kilo lifter.
This is a big lift. Look at this. He's signaling the crowd. He looks ready. And 165 as a 77 athlete.
He is, and he's really well loved around the world.
Yeah. Looks great.
Holy smokes. I mean, boy, the expression, the vocalization through the stand-up, just wonderful.
He is intense. Let's take a look at this replay. Watch this finish. Oh.
He has really come into his own since he's moved up to the 77-kilo class.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see his frame is just sort of getting wider, too, as time goes on.
Yeah. Looks great. Looks to be in shape. And so powerful. So explosive.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see him taking a 168. So there's our snatch bronze medalist coach, Dumitru Kaptari of Romania. So they are guaranteed a medal in the snatch.
And just to remind our viewers, you're probably starting to think of world records and things. The world record is even unreachable for somebody as talented as Muhammad Ihab. 177 held by Liu Xiaojun of China. And that won't be reached today, but we're not that far from that area.
No, and it's really very rare that you have athletes snatching above 170, 175. Liu Xiaoxin is kind of an outlier.
Yeah, he is.
But 165, 167, the weights we're seeing here, these are the best weights you're going to see in the 77s in just about any given day.
Yeah, yeah. So he's going for a personal best here, 168.
Wow.
168 on the bar. Unbelievable.
Here he comes. He is ready, pointing to the Egyptian flag.
Needs to hold. Oh, so close.
You heard him screaming.
Screaming, yeah, vocalizing, trying to have that lift the weight, but unfortunately unsuccessful on his third attempt.
You know, great performance, though. And look at this board. Not a single bomb out thus far. Everyone made at least one snatch.
That's right. That's right. Still a lot of misses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, and really, a great majority of the lifters went 1 for 3.
Yeah.
So not the kind of performance we want to see out of these A sessions, but, you know, everybody's operating at their absolute maximum.
Exactly. In fact, it looks like only 4 athletes made 2 lifts. Spain's Mata Perez, Germany's Max Lang, USA's Harrison Morris, and Egypt's Mohamed Ihab. The rest of the athletes all went 1-4-3, but they have a snatch going into the clean and jerk.
Yeah, what a great session. I mean, this is the kind of weightlifting that we want to see. Just huge lifts.
Lots of makes.
Lots of intensity throughout all the lifters. So let's take a look at that bronze medal lift from yesterday's B session. Kaptari snatching really fairly easy. He had a good day in the snatch.
Looked very sharp in the snatch. Unfortunately, could not get the jerk secured overhead in the clean and jerk.
Yeah. There's Mueller starting to get ready for the clean and jerks.
Nice view of the warm-up room. Beautiful warm-up room, I gotta say.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think I see Harrison Morris in the background there, just warming up with things a bit. So here's the standings. Men's result in the 77 kilo class. Our leader, Mohamed Ihab of Egypt with 165. Second place, Turkmenistan's Rejepov. And third place from the B group, Dumitru Kaptari of Romania.
And we should mention with Mohamed Ihab having a